Eric, let's go to our data. See what we've got today. Numbers for today a little bit up where they've been, 7,271 cases. You can kind of see how it's been moving. It actually had been moving down for a few days, and now it's started to trend a little bit back up. Our deaths, sadly, 109 in the last 24 hours versus a 74 average that we've been running now for 21 days average. Hospitalizations up a little bit, and ICU admissions up a little bit as well. Let's look at the next slide, Eric. These are our numbers. And again, this is how you look to see how much spread you have in the local community in the last 2 weeks. Not a historical document, but just literally the last 2 weeks. And we're starting some of the numbers, the worst counties are a little bit lower than they have been in the past. So that is a good thing. I'm looking down here at the bottom. And Holmes County, again, it's a little bit lower, but it's still a little over 2 times, which is our lowest county, a little over 2 times what the CDC says is a high incidence. So these numbers will come down a little bit, but they're still historically very, very high. Eric, we'll go to the next slide. This is our health advisory system, our alert map. As we've seen recently, our cases seem to be flattening out. We're still much higher than where we want to be and still much higher than where we've been most of this pandemic. But thankfully, no county is seeing their status worsen. Good news, we have 83 counties at red, 4 counties at orange, and 1 county still at purple. Let's shift now, Eric, to the key measures map. And we'll take a look at this. The first map on the left shows how counties are doing in cases per population, similar to what we saw with the 1 to 88 map. We're down slightly for the statewide average. We are averaging statewide 620 new cases per 100,000 this week. So again, the statewide average is 6 times what the CDC says is a high incidence, but that is less than it was last week. Last week it was 740. So that's a downward trend, but 620 is still very, very high. Looking at it another way, out of any 200 Ohioans, if you look at the state as a whole, out of any 200 Ohioans, at least 1 has tested positive for COVID during the past 2 weeks. So that's what we're looking at. As you can see, when you look at it that way, it's a high incidence level. As far as our ICUs, we're at 1 out of 4 patients now. So that's gotten over time a little better, but 1 out of 4 patients in ICU in the state of Ohio is there because of COVID.